Nanoreef tank setup. If you're into reef tanks and your curiosity drove you to know more about nanoreef tanks, read on, listen up, and tune in. Let me get started from the bare basics. What exactly is a nanoreef tank? A nanoreef tank is nothing but a reef tank with less than 20 gallons. Now this is not a sacrosanct rule or law like Newton's law on gravity, but I strongly adhere to the definition as 20 gallons is a threshold where popular accepted formulas for the reef tanks or small reef tanks begin to lose ground, calling for new conventions. The next pretty obvious question, which you may ask, is why would one want a nanoreef tank? Pretty obvious answer is it's generally low cost affair. You can easily manage a decent nano tank with less than $200. Apart from the cost, they are easy to maintain, and you can fit them anywhere, and they are extremely portable. And that means that if you are bored of watching it lying around your home desk, take it to your office desk without any hassle. And it's not something for just novices. They can offer new challenges and experiences to reef keepers, minus the costs and time constraints. I say challenging because there is a very little room for error when it comes to a nanotank. Whether it's maintaining water quality or temperature stability or oxygen depletion, one has to be extremely careful in the maintenance of a nanoreef tank. Lighting a nanoreef is something of a complex issue. There are people who keep nanoreefs with 3 to 7 watts per gallon of water. Some use 30 watts. It boils down to the fact that you can have a successful coral reef using the rule of thumb 3 to 7 watts per gallon. But your tank will be healthier if you provide larger quantities of light. A nanoreef will require your attention towards the heating and cooling aspects too. This is because in a nanoreef, tank stability temperature control is very important. Unlike large tanks, temperature change in nanotanks can be quite large and frequent. For heating purposes, a normal heater would suffice, but cooling is a difficult problem. A common solution is to keep the tank in an air-conditioned room. Some people use evaporating cooling fans, but the probability is not the best idea. There are chances that the amount of evaporation can cause and produce a wide spectral gravity shift in the nano tank, which could not be appreciated by the tank's inhabitants. Due to the small surface area of a nanoreef tank will require adequate water circulation more than any other form of reef tank. A simple and effective solution is to use an open-ended bubbler. Larger is the size of your tank, the more bubblers you may need. There is no doubt that a slump would greatly aid in the temperature and nutrition buffering capabilities of the nanotank, but is seldom used. The main reason for this is that being so small in size, using a slump adds to the complexity and takes up space, a big constraint in the nano. Now here comes the best part of nanoreefs. The water quality maintenance or change is ridiculously simple. Being small, the water quantity is low, so changing the water every 2 weeks is a painless task. Regular water change will also alleviate the need for a skimmer. Now decide on for what live rock to choose and what quantity. Again, here is a nano advantage. Since the size of yours is small, you won't be required a lot of rock, so you can go for the best quality of live rock without causing a dent in your bank account. And finally, the choice for corals. You should go with both stony corals or soft corals. Virtually every soft coral is eligible for a nanoreef tank. But when it comes to stony ones, a few points need to be considered. You should go for small colonies of stone corals, preferably 12 inches. You can pick any among the apicora, bubble coral, favies, torch coral, elegance coral. For a 5-gallon nano, you should add about another 3 pounds of live rock, plus at least another 3 pounds of live sand. So go all out and play. It's not about the size. Remember, all good things come in small packages.